I'll get it for you. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right, he's coming this way. Is everybody set? How much time do you need? I will.
Coming up right now.
I understand. Yep. Hold on.
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Just talk about what you do for an encore. You look leaner, and just how you prepared yourself. You think you can even top last year?
You gotta speak up. I can barely hear. I think the mic is broke.
You look leaner. Can you talk about what you do for an encore, and can you top last season in terms of your production?
You can always top production. I mean, just comes down to willingness, and just I guess how bad you want it in a sense. I mean, I always hold myself at a high standard, and I love a challenge. I mean, it's going to be tough to do that, but I mean, it's definitely not impossible to do. I mean, I just changed. I trained very hard this off season. I make sure I was in tip-top, shape, conditioning-wise, and just making sure I fine-tune the little things that just to help my game even more this upcoming season now, just to help me get an extra edge on the competition. No, I didn't lose weight. I actually gained weight. So, yeah, I carry it good, so you can't tell.
Last year you didn't, I think you caught maybe 7 passes or so. Is that something maybe you're looking to maybe catch some more passes out of the backfield? Have you been working on that?
Definitely. I mean, everybody wants the ball, so I mean, it sounds selfish, but it's true. I mean, the more you can do, the better your chances actually, being able to help your team. So last year, why I only got like 7 catches, I have no clue. But I mean, I definitely been working a lot this offseason, just building trust with the quarterbacks, the coach, and let them know, hey, I can catch. So I've been very good this offseason, OTAs, mini camp, I did well, and so hopefully, during camp, I can continue to build off that, and hopefully it translates to on game day.
Mentally, has your approach changed? As you come into camp last year, you didn't know where you were going to be. Now, you're the starting guy coming off a good year. How do you approach this camp with those expectations that are from last year?
I don't approach it any different. I mean, I got a year under my belt. I learned a lot. I'm more comfortable, with the offense and what coach them are trying to get done with their schemes. So, I mean, I'm a lot more comfortable than last year, but I still come in my mind, I'm not the starting running back. I mean, they drafted 2 guys. We have a lot of competition with Halou, Royster, Keelan Williams. We all in here. Competition only makes us better, so we all competing against each other. But to me, I'm not the starter. I still have that mindset as if I haven't made it yet. And, I mean, I know it sounds cliche to say that, but that's just the way I approach everything. It's a business, and you never know, what can happen. So I'm always just trying to find ways to better me, always trying to find ways to, just to continue to just outwork everyone.
And what are some of those ways that you feel like you need to get better at, and how do you do it?
Like you said earlier, just making myself more versatile, making sure I can get involved in the passing game instead of coming out on third downs a lot, and they have third down back, and I can stay in the game and do the screens and run the different pass plays they have, things like that, and just working on little things like my tracks, just other little things that I've noticed last year watching last year's film. I was like, man, I could have did that so much better. So just fine-tuning those little things that I overlooked last year.
D.Y. said that sometimes last year he felt just as confused as the defense was when they run the zone read, just learning the offense. What does another year in this offense do for you?
It does a lot. I mean, like I said, it all comes down to how comfortable you are with anything. When every time we learn something new, we kind of like, we don't know it, for we're unsure. But once you learn it and get comfortable, it makes it that much easier. And like you can tell if you watch some of my earlier films, so towards the end of the season, we were a lot more comfortable doing it. Just getting the feel with Robert, getting the feel, with the O-line, how they were blocking, with D.Y. and all that things. So it just makes you that much more comfortable. It makes it a lot easier than it was when we first put it in last year. That's it? No, she's not. Actually, Mazda has her. She's getting referred. Mazda's gonna pretty much make it like new, like she came off the floor on 91. So they actually just took it, and yeah, so we're gonna like switch cars while they're doing it. Say it's gonna take about 6 to 8 weeks to do it, but they're gonna totally refurb it. So I'm happy about that. Oh yeah, definitely. They're just refurbing it so it could run for 20 more years.
Alfred, in the back, my apologies if you've already answered this, but have you been able to talk to any other veteran running backs about how to handle opposing defenses who now have a whole season of tape on you and will know your tendencies a little better, and how to not get frustrated when defenses might play you a little bit better? Have you had a chance to get any advice about that?
No, not really, not from Vets. I mean, I had talked to some of them about just, making your body last, in a sense, not taking unnecessary hits, going down instead of fighting for the extra yard, because, I can take 1 or 2 extra hits off you, and sometimes those fighting for extra yards can, you get that hit and then like, oh, you got a bruised rib or you got this, it can actually keep you off the field, which is kind of hard for me because every play is my last play. That's the way I look at it, and that's the way I play. The next play isn't promised to me, so I'm going to go out there and leave. So it's kind of hard for me to say, oh, I don't want to fight for that extra yard. So it's kind of like adjusting to that. It's going to be a little tough, but I haven't talked to anyone about just the defenses, knowing who I am. Now, last year I was a mystery. Not everyone knows the type of back I am this year. So I on myself know that's going to be tough, and I've dealt with that, whether it's high school and college. I know this is a lot more talented level, but at the same time, it's still the same. I know they're going to know it now, and it's just, like I said, I love a challenge. It's going to make it harder, but I mean, I know it's possible, so I'm not worried at all.
How did the arrangement with Mazda, how did that play out with them redoing Bentley?
My agents, they worked all that out. They just let me know, like, oh, okay, well, we did this with Mazda. I think they approached them. I mean, Mazda was everywhere because of my car, so it kind of like was giving them free publicity. So in a sense, I think they kind of hinted at saying something about, oh, we'll fix the car up, So and they went from there and they worked out a deal. So it worked out. So I'm gonna get my baby back on the road. So I'm excited about that. Mazda has it. No, it's not like pimping my ride or anything like that. No, I'm not into that type of stuff anyway. They're just kind of like I had a crack in my dashboard, fixing things like that. Make sure the engine is in tip-top condition. Maybe if like the transmission is not so good, rebuilding the transmission. Just making sure that like I said, it can run like 20 more years. So that I don't have to worry about like, oh man, I don't know if I want to put it on the road. It might break down and I'll be stranded. So like just to get that worry out the way. So they're gonna refurb it, and I think they said they might update it a little bit, so like maybe like putting a navigation system or something in it, like something like that, but nothing like big rims and fish tanks in the bag, nothing like that. So no, no, definitely not.
The idea of kind of the lavish life that you would live, having cracked windshield in your 91 Mazda fix, that kind of stuff.
No, I mean I didn't even know I was gonna get a story about that car. I was just driving my car and. Somebody took notice, and it just went from there. I mean, I wasn't looking for any publicity off of it. I really love that car. It's my first car. It's always going to have sentimental value to me. So, it's just kind of part of it.
What are your first impressions of Richmond, the facility, and being here?
I haven't seen much, but I mean, it's nice, and I mean, we had a good crowd come out today, and everyone's so lively. So, I love that. It was a walkthrough, and they was like cheering like it was, a playoff game. So I'm like, hey, I like this. I like Richmond. So we haven't ventured off much. So eventually, I do want to kind of get around and just see the city and see, because I've never been to Richmond before, so it's kind of new land for me. I wouldn't mind exploring a little.
The way this team is structured. Yes. I was just about to ask a question about popularity. Being second banana, if you will, to RG3, who's going to overwhelm everything, that seems to fit your personality. You're content with that?
Oh, yeah, I definitely am. I mean, it sounds kind of selfish to say that I'm glad he gets all the attention. I don't have to worry about it. But at the same time, I'm the type of guy to show up and do my job. I didn't ask for, people try to say, yo, you're celebrity, famous. I'm not. I'm just Alfred. I play on the stage. That's kind of like you get seen a lot. So, I mean, I'm not into all this stuff, the signing autographs, all that. Not because I'm not a bad person. I want to be like, oh, I'm not signing that, trying to be snobby. It's just that I don't play for that. I play because I love the game. I've been playing since I was 5 years. Actually, before then, I started playing organized football when I was 5 years old, when I was first able to. And I just love the game. And the reason I wanted to play in the NFL was because I wanted to play against the best of the best and be successful doing it. So that's why I play. I don't play for fame. I don't play for money. I don't play for any of that stuff. I play because I really love it. And all that stuff, I accepted it because it's part of it. So I accept that. It comes with it. But, I mean, Robert gets all the attention. I love it. I mean, it's kind of hilarious. Like, I can be like in the middle of signing out, like, oh, there's Robert, and then take off running. I'm like, oh, you're welcome. Okay, bye. So I don't mind it at all. So I'm enjoying it. I don't worry about stats. The only stats I really look at is wins and losses. I mean, like I said, it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. Even after games, they have like, oh, you want to see stat sheet? Like, no. Just did we win or did we lose? That's the only thing I care about. A lot of people don't realize that when you put team first anyways, individual accolades will come, individual stats will come, but I definitely don't focus on that. A win for me this year, if we go past the first round of the playoffs this year, that'll be a win. That'll be a successful season to me. So that's what I'm focused on, team, and it sounds cliche, but it's the truth.